Steve, is it time? Can we do it?
I believe it's time. I believe we should do it.
All right. So Goldlewis got him. Goldlewis came out, and I've been playing him all day. So we're gonna do a little bit of a Goldlewis breakdown. Check this guy out. So we have here a little bit of training mode. I'm gonna turn up the music. Gotta break down the music first. All right. So Steve, I don't know if you saw the reveal trailer, or not the reveal trailer, but the game breakdown for Goldlewis. But he's a little bit of a complicated character. He's not your regular old character.
I saw something where I have not dove into this character at all. But I did see an image where he has a move where it's like half circle, but you can use any half circle and it like any one of 8 different moves comes out. Can you please explain this to me?
Sure. So his coffin is the big gimmick of... So every Guilty Gear character has a giant gimmick. His is the giant coffin that says Area 51. Of course, I'm rocking the orange and blue with the white tie, because why else not? And we actually have that diagram right here, because it's a half circle in any direction, and each direction has its own function, right? So here
Can I just say, the orange and blue makes him look a lot like a large Seth Killian. I just want to put that out there.
All right, our apologies to Seth Killian. I'm kidding. Anyway, here's the diagram. This is straight from the video. This is a Behemoth Typhoon is the name of the move with the coffin. And you have all sorts of different directions that you can do a half circle in this stick, and each direction does something different. So for example, half circle back, the normal half circle back is a fast startup regular move. A half circle going up is a long range lift. A vertical half circle back going forward is a fast startup overhead, while a vertical half circle backwards is a low, right? You're seeing all this. So we're going to go over each one of these and the ramifications of what they mean. I have notes. Where are my notes? There they are. So, of course, the meme, if you haven't seen the breakdown video, is they go through each one of these, and the script is just, in this Behemoth Typhoon, and then they say that about 800 times. It's great. But let's start from the basics. First, this is Goldlewis. He moves. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. Now, usually in Guilty Gear, with very few exceptions, big boys don't usually get a lot of movement options, right? Mostly because they're big. Their buttons are gigantic. They have a lot of health. However, look at this. He's got an air dash. Not a lot of big boys get air dashes. He doesn't have a double jump. He only has one jump, but he's got an air dash. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous for this kind of character. So, we'll get into how all that goes into effect a little bit later. Let's start with some buttons. He's got a lot of crazy, ridiculous buttons. My favorite buttons include crouching slash, which is this. It hits this far. It's almost the full screen. And of course, he uses the coffin. What were you saying, Steve?
Holy cow.
Holy cow, indeed. Now, you think that reaches far. Check out his forward hard slash, heavy slash. It reaches almost the full screen. And it moves him forward a heck of a lot. Next is his 6P. His 6P is the regular anti-air. It doesn't hit crouchers, but it's one of the, like, the alien hand just comes up and smacks him out of the air. It's pretty great. Now, let's get into these Behemoth Typhoons. First, the regular half circle back. It looks like this. It reaches pretty far. The crazy thing about this is more of a, like, a good hit confirm. Like, if you get, like, a solid, like, crouching slash, you can hit confirm it into that. If you get your forward heavy slash, you can hit confirm it into that. Except I screwed it up, so let's do one more time. Right? Some of them you can confirm into combos. Some of them you cannot. Next, the half circle upwards. So hard to do. It's just a regular lift. You can't combo off of it, but what does it do? If you can't combo off of it, what's the point of this? Steve, this guy has Oki. He's got set play, and it's terrifying.
Oh, of course, he's a Guilty Gear character.
He can throw out this mine. Right? We saw it in the trailer. He throws out this mine, and it can give you some good Oki. He's got that super that's just the giant light that comes from the heavens. Right? So this is his Oki tool. Oops, sorry, I did the wrong one. Right? You can literally do any Oki situation here. You have to be careful because it doesn't quite line up. Ah, come on. See? So you can get some really, really good Oki and really, really make your opponents dislike the character you're playing because of that Oki.
Now with the bomb, is it possible to get that out fast enough so it hits behind?
Yeah. That's called using meter. You can use your meter in this game to what they call fast RC, where you can just cancel the startup of something. We'll get to that move later, but you can cancel the startup of it by spending a little bit of meter. So, you can do some fast RCs to set this up. Right?
Oh, okay.
It can get nutty. It can get nutty. So, those are just the regular half circle backs, both down and up. Vertical up half circle back. That looks like this. What's the point of this move, you might ask? It's a side switch. Got yourself in the corner? No, you don't. Come on. It is a little bit tricky. I don't quite have the execution down just yet. But this does a lot of crazy side switching stuff. And you can combo off of it too. You can get some good stuff afterwards. Can you do this? Oh yeah, look at that. You can even get two in one combo. Look at that. Crazy. Crazy. So, you got a side switch utility. You have yourself a low, which is half circle vertical back going down, which you can combo off of. Damn, it's so hard to do. I'm not a grappler.
That's why Sharpie doesn't hate you.
True. But keep in mind, these are not combos, right? These are all mix-ups. So you can get your overheads, you can get your lows, all from this move, the Behemoth Typhoon. In this Behemoth Typhoon, you can cause that shit to bounce if you get him with the low. So if you got him scared of blocking high, or if you got him scared of crouching, hit him with the low, you're going to bounce him. Get yourself a big combo, get some wall breaks. It's going to be pretty great. Next, since we just saw the low, let's take a look at some of his overheads. So the opposite move. So this is half circle forward vertical going forward, right? So it's this motion. Let's look at the opposite motion. There you go. That's a giant launcher. And you can get yourself a full combo off of that big boy. However, if you're doing it in the middle of the screen, it's going to be a little bit harder. You're not going to get as much. However, something worthy of note, every time you hit somebody with this coffin, I almost said the F word. Every time you hit somebody with this coffin, it's a hard knockdown. Every single time. So you can set out a mine, you can set up the super, you can do whatever you want here. The Oki is yours. Right? But if you're in the corner, you can use this as a launcher. Here we go. Get yourself a big old wall break combo. And look at that damage, Steve.
That's a big chunk of red that just appeared and then disappeared.
It is. It is. That's a large chunk of red. That's the crazy thing with this character is he doesn't have a lot of crazy combos like this. He doesn't have a lot of confirms. But when you get him with some stuff, it does a lot of damage. So here you have a fast overhead. There we go. A fast overhead. It does combo. And you do get a wall bounce. Right? You get a, or not a wall bounce, you get a regular bounce. So you can get yourself mid-screen, you don't get too much. You might be able to get like the big coffin. There you go, as an OTG. So it doesn't, it's very situational, right? However, if you are in the corner, sorry.
Oh.
Come on. If you are in the corner, you do get yourself a little bit of damage. Sorry about that. I'm still, like I said, I'm still learning. So everybody relax. But yeah, so you have yourself a low. You have yourself an overhead. What else do you have, Steve? You know the answer?
Mids.
You do have mids. And you have them as combo tools. Because this guy has some wacky combo shenanigans to his game. So he has this move here. It's his crouching hard slash or heavy slash. It's an amazing move. Have you ever seen a man do this?
Not without a pratfall laugh track behind it.
Exactly. What? It might behoove you to know, Steve, that little button right there, if you can confirm a close slash, which is this right here, the shoulder charge, if you can confirm this into this, you can get yourself some crazy combos like this. And depending on where you are on the screen, whoops, sorry, I did the wrong one. Depending on where you are on the screen, you can get a lot for just a little bit. It is tough. There is no Gatling with this character as far as I know. And it is tough to get some of the timing right as far as when the half circles happen. But you can get some crazy stuff. As soon as I remember how to do it, because I was doing it right before the show, I'm going to do this. There we go. And you get yourself a wall bounce at the end. So depending on your situation, you can get a wall break. You can even start spending some meter on supers. You can get yourself a wall bounce. It's crazy. So the way this works is this is the half circle forward. So the half circle forward is your wall bounce tool. That's the half circle forward. It doesn't combo from a regular slash. So you have to prop them up into the air in order to get this. So this if you get your opponent hesitant on pressing buttons, this can be used to frame trap. However, if they're mashing, they can hit you out of it. The startup is just a little bit too long. So half circle down, going forward, wall bounce. Half circle going up is the overhead. That's a wall bounce or a ground bounce that you then can.
Okay.
Yeah, you then can combo into whatever you want, depending on the spacing. The combo I found, the one I was trying to do a little bit earlier, it only works if you're running at them. There you go. So you can do yourself a little loopity-loop of one or two of those. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. There is a lot of like very specific timing. Because if you get far slash, the combo's over. You have to get that close slash again. See? It is a little bit tricky. There we go. And then you can just shoot him towards the end. Or you can literally do anything to wall break there. Now, those are the complicated moves. That's this. So if you want to go over to the YouTube, to the what do you call it? The player guide for Goldlewis Dickinson. you can look at this, and this will give you a very, very good representation of what everything is. I think this is a very good diagram, and it's helped out a lot. Finally, he has 2 regular special moves. Right above his meter, right above my head here, you see the star and the 1, 2, 3. That's called the security level. Kid you not, that's a security level. This, it's very simple. It just goes up over time. And when you use one of the special attacks that uses the security level, it goes away. So for example, the 2 moves that use security level, well, sorry, there's 3 moves, is the mine, the Gatling Gun, and one of his supers. Those are the 3 moves that use security level. And it just goes up over time. You don't have to worry about it going up. You do have to worry about what it's at. So, let's start with the mine. The mine. The bane of everybody. So, the mine is just a little mine, and the higher the security level is, the faster it travels, and the more hits it does. So this is security level number 1. If we let it go up a little bit into security level number 2, it travels a little bit farther. And if we let it go up to security level number 3, as soon as it gets there, there it is.
Bam.
It travels full screen. Right? So you can't... this is, I think, such an interesting tool because you can't just use it all willy-nilly. You have to be careful. Because, like, once we saw, like we showed, when you don't have the security level, it doesn't really go anywhere. And the startup of this is so long that it almost isn't worth it to not get anything out of this. So, it is a great Oki tool. You can use it to get yourself some set play. It's amazing. But you gotta be careful with it because you can't just be throwing it out all willy-nilly. Next, let's look at the Gatling Gun. The Skyfish, it's called. That's 30 hits from full screen. And it goes through any other projectile. Kai can throw his super, and that'll go through his super because it's throwing out so many projectiles. This only works, or you only get the 30 hits of it when you're in level 3. When you're in level 1, you get 10. It's very short. When you are in level 2, you get yourself probably 20. Yep, good bet. And when you're in level 3, you get the 30. This is, I think, one of the most interesting tools this character has because, let me go ahead and set the opponent to block everything. Block setting, all guard. Now, Steve, look at his health. You seeing his health? Look at that nice full health bar that Kai has over here.
It is looking very full.
Look at the chunk of chip this thing does. Even the smaller one, it does a very good chunk. That's basically like a hit, if you will. So if you have it all leveled up to level 3, you get yourself all the way down to the S in Kisk over there in the health bar. So this is one of those things that people are going to be so salty about because the only way to avoid getting chip kills on this game is to faultless defense, but that wastes your meter. So you don't want to be using this too much. But if Lewis is full screen, old Goldlewis Dickinson over here, if he's full screen, you bet your ass he's going to be doing this. However, the danger is most characters can get full screen via the air very easily, and that is a big weakness. So you can just air dash straight out of it, and you're screwed. So you do have to be careful with how you use it.
Now, is he able to do any moves that use just part of the meter?
Oh, you mean the security level?
Yeah, the security level. Or is it
all
like
of his
whatever
moves,
he's got?
Yeah, whatever he's got, he's spending it all. He's a big spender, right? So mine, level 3, it's gone. That means if you use the gun, it's at level 1. And it's all or nothing with this guy.
And there isn't anything that you can do to gain meter aside from just wait.
Yep, you just gotta wait.
Okay.
You just wait. But yeah, in a nutshell, that's Goldlewis Dickinson. I played a lot of his. I played a lot during the day, and he's super duper fun. You can even get yourself some crazy combos off of using meter. His supers look really cool. There's a super that the official command is a half circle back forward P, but if you churn the butter, you get more damage. So for example, here is the super. This is no butter churn, 179 damage, 2 hits, right?
Okay.
Let's churn some butter. This is a full 360. I think I screwed that up. Let's try that one more time. Okay, this is a 720. 197. Can we do a 3-er? I think I screwed it up. I might have done only 2. Let's do one more. Let's see. That's a 3-fer. 201. So if you churn butter, if you churn your butter, and this is invincible on get up too, by the way. So if you're knocked down, you bet your ass, a bunch of players are just going to be churning that butter. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Wow! There it is. We got the 3. That's 215. So, okay. You bet your ass if you get knocked down, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be churning that butter. Because that's invincible on get up. So, it's dangerous.
So, here's my question.
Go for it.
Do you have any sort of setup? Because I'm thinking about offline play.
Mm-hmm.
If you jump, do the 720 to kind of bait your opponent into thinking that's what you're going for, is there any way, is there another layer on that you can throw on?
Oh, I'm sure. Especially because if your opponent is thinking you're going to get up or you're going to wake up with that super, remember, this is a low. His standing K is also a low. So you can just get up, do one of these, and all of a sudden the match is yours. Because then you're going to start having some fun. Right?
Okay.
So you can fake some of this out. And it's dangerous because if you fake it out, it's crazy. I haven't found much use of his meter aside from fast RC, among other things, because every time he uses his Behemoth Typhoon, the coffin, the burst that you get from RCing, from Roman canceling, is too far away. So ultimately, I think it just gives you a little bit better Oki. Speaking of Oki, the last thing we're going to go over is his final super, which I think is my favorite, and it's going to be the bane of a lot of people's existence. And I'm going to start by sweeping this man and canceling into it.
Oh, dear God.
So, this is going to be dangerous. This is going to be very dangerous, especially because it starts from wherever they're at and it moves towards you. This is the super that is also affected by the security level. So, higher security level, more hits, further ground coverage. So, what we did earlier, I think, was level 2. This is a level 3. And all of a sudden, they're in your face again. And this is completely safe to use on block, because if they're blocking, you're able to move, you're able to do whatever you want. So, you can legit just run up, hit them once or twice, then combo out of it. It's crazy. This is going to piss a lot of people off, and it's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait. Here's a mine.
So, is he your favorite character so far?
He's so much fun, man. Aside from my main, so I main Giovanna in this game. But aside from Giovanna, I've been having so much fun with this character. It's been crazy. The half circle mechanic is super unique. Ultimately, you can literally just do 360s and then just end wherever, and it registers that way. Like, for example, I can just do a 360 and end it up, and we get the launcher. Or I can do it landing down, and we get the low. Right? So, the buffer handles it that way. And it's once you figure out how to use each swing as a different tool, and once you're able to utilize all those tools depending on which situation you're in, this character is going to be really good. He does get rushed down really hard, so it's going to be a little bit tough, especially fighting characters like Mei, because Mei gets a lot of reach with that stupid anchor, and hers comes out so much, and her anchor buttons come out so much faster than his. It's a little bit tough. He has a lot of trouble with Eddie. He has a lot of trouble with Axel. So it's going to be a cool balance to see what people do with this character, but I think design-wise, he's super fun, and he's super unique. So big ups to Arxis for giving us Gold Lewison.